morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the High Dragon's Breath Bow Wow. Chilling out on a very, very relaxed Friday afternoon. I'll be entirely honest, I am exhausted. And dead am I. But I'm just going to take some time to chill out here. I know some people miss some streams. I know we're trying to keep up with some folks and make sure that we're all on the same page. And, of course, I want to discuss some of the stuff that's coming up for future videos. So, we're just going to wait here for a bit while people come in. And I'm going to play a wee bit of Conquest of Elysium. Let's just do something fun. Alright. Paralyzed, mind burned, mental overload, star shadowers. Special effect confusion, we want that. Paralyze or mind burn. Okay, maybe Mind Burn's worth it. What about you? Reading the Stars and Starlight. Do I have Starlight? Nope, I have Star Showers. Even better. That actually kind of... That's pretty baller, actually. I got a good spell list for this game. It has been a while since I played Conquest of Elysium on stream. I hope it's working fine. I know we've had some streaming issues in the past, but hopefully this won't be one of them. This is a game that takes about 0 actual effort on the side of me or my machinery. How high are dwarves' magic resistance? 5? Okay, so just a little bit higher than average. That's kind of to be expected. Oh wow, their armor's not great. I guess these are workers? Other than that, dude. Which, hopefully we got some magic to deal with it. Hey, there we go, Star Showers. Okay, so that's a good AoE spell. Hits lots of targets, does lots of damage. Not bad. Now we gotta take care of those spiders. Yep, I expected that. Spiders. Absolutely no problem. Spiders are not an issue. Alright. See if I can grab a scout. Yeah, let's get a scout, why not? Just need a little bit of reinforcements. Oh, goblins. I guess those are technically independent, so let's get them. Some free and clear extra loot. These are wolfkin. Puny goblins that manage to bond to wolves. Not bad. Not bad at all. Probably not that tough. Yeah, not very tough, like 6 health. That's alright. Yeah. I haven't really confused anyone yet, which kind of sucks, but I guess we're dealing with a different situation here. Much more of a lots of infantry type of army. This is the High Cultist, which I play the High Cultist a lot. Mostly because I like spawning cheap, low-cost units. Yeah. A lot of winter. God damn. I feel like it was winter like 1 turn ago. Damn vandals. I need that iron. I need those materials. Oh, this bastard's gonna do something annoying and take my capital, isn't he? Literally, like, one random bastard is gonna take my capital. Okay, there we go. Thank you for dying. Okay, that's the other one dealt with. There must be something going on. There's not usually this many wild men and brigands. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna leave the hybrid fishmen and soldiers. Hey! Nice, a Mahara. So we know that there's some monkeys somewhere about. Hey, friendly monkey. Nice. It's always good to get somebody who has some ability to use confusion. I think I can kill a bear. I'm confident. Yep. This magic is just too strong. Yep. No problem. No problem. Bear is kill. Ooh, beanstalk. Not really of all that much use, but it's good to know we have it. Boar. Should probably explore out to the left a little bit more, shouldn't I? Yeah, there's more stuff out here. I didn't make this a big map, so it's a little bit old battlefield. Huh. Yeah, Conquest of Elysium. Hey, welcome. Glad you're here. We're just chilling for the moment, and honestly, I'm just gonna chill until 7. I'm not here to do anything big. I mean, I was gonna talk Primarch stuff at some point, but I'm realizing that I am dead tired, and I might have some mental difficulty in actually talking that out. But I'm glad to have you here. Certainly happy to answer any questions. It's been a lot of streaming and not a lot of talking recently, so I'll be happy to get back into it with people. Finally. Very long day. Oh, good God, that's the Dwarven Queen. We want to not tangle with her until we have a much larger army. What the heck is over here? Okay, there's like a whole subcontinent over here. Nice. Some scouts. Yeah, I think we got them. Yeah, they're very not resistant against magic, so they just kind of get blitzed. Which is about what you would expect. Standard bear, not a threat. Ah, that's a problem. I grab some crossbowmen. It's a 10v10, so we'll see how that goes. Grab a scout as well, just to increase our numbers that little bit more. Oh, a monster toad. I think that's a doable fight. I'd really love to confuse this guy and get him on my side, but hey, he's got terrible magic resist. Maybe it'll happen. We'll see. Nope, he's just gonna keep getting paralyzed and stabbed. Yep, that's about right. It's hard with the big monsters because they kind of get shot down by a lot of your archers most of the time. Okay, this cringe little bastard is doing his thing. Oh, I've been slowed. That sucks. Snake. No problem. See, that's the issue with having this many independents. They're just kind of all over the place. Howdy, howdy. How you doing, Wallflower? Glad to have you back. We're chilling, maybe talking Primarchs at some point, but at the moment, just chilling. Playing some Conquest of Elysium. Maybe I can take him? We'll see. 15 versus, like, 12. I hope we can take him. This does look like his main army. Yeah, it's his actual Bandara. Or Bahajdara, or whatever it is. A lot of archers versus a lot of archers, but we have magic, so I think we win. Magic always wins. Yeah. Friendship is magic. Magic is heresy. This must be some sort of, like, post-apocalypse map, because I am not seeing anything alive down here. There is a specific name for what that's called, but I don't remember it. It's, because I put it on random just for fun, but I don't remember what it's actually called. Alright. So that's only in the deep sea. I need to... Oh, crap. Alright, hold up. Yes, so that makes our army 30 now, which hopefully, if I'm able to actually do a nice ritual, I will be able to buff that. Contact Elder Being. What does that do? Oh, okay. Yeah, so that just summons generic otherworldly creatures. Which is fine, but it's not great. Just gonna scout. Yeah, there's no point in waiting, because I can do that wherever. I'm just gonna head down and try and take out this dwarven menace. Dwarves are a threat to all organized folk. They are inherently dangerous and violent, because they expand infinitely, and they are not friendly. Yeah, I just got home as well. It's been a very, very busy day. You got your American frontiersmen? Nice! All females are based on the Onabushi. Ah, so like a Japanese concept? Very cool. Oh, good God. Okay, so it's all workers. Maybe I could take her. We'll see. Lesser ritual of mastery. Okay, I need to wait a bit, and I'll probably use a higher mastery ritual afterward. Gettable? Nope, can't do it. That kind of sucks. That kind of means that we have to do this. Okay, Call of the Deep. That's the cheap one. That's not the one that I wanted, but if we win this, we actually have another capital, so we should be okay. Oh, great, they have no ranged unit, which means they actually have to come to us. That's really, really good, actually. So they have the Queen's Guards, who have magic swords, and just a bunch of workers. And other than that, we kind of look good. For the Onabushi, for like a female samurai ninja type concept, I mean, it would depend what world you came from, but I think there's an issue with any stealth type regiment in that they actually end up becoming kind of close to the Tanith a little bit, I think. Close combat, Krieg style Lucius pattern sword bayonet. I would say carbines is a better option. Specifically, I would say something that is like built into their weapon. So you could have something like a triplex with a very long, almost Naginata style blade. Where it's on like almost a pole, so like the stock is just like the buffer tube for an AR. And then you have a blade coming out the front end, but it still works as a las carbine. That would be my suggestion. So they almost have that Naginata style like spear sword, but it's coming off the end of a las gun, or a las carbine in that case. It would take some finicking, but I think if you justified it as like being a yeah, baby custodian spear, kind of, yeah. The blade would just be a little longer and about 50% as thick, so way thinner. Wow, we're actually gonna win this. I have never beaten the Dwarf Queen in her headquarters this early in the game. She must have been desperate when she saw us earlier. Yeah, that's all the guards done. And none of the other things can actually touch our, like, demon spawn, so we're good. Wow. This is one of the most valuable tiles in the game, so... Oh, I got 2 magic items out of that. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. That doesn't count as a capital? Fuck. That was so good, though. Aww. Okay. Well, we keep going. Small map. Let's go with agricultural for fun. Score graphs, and then I want to do... do demonologist for fun. Agnes the Red for copyright reasons. Oh yeah, I am a huge nerd for the Gulf War. I love that shit. It's super fun. Summon Imp. Yeah, it's one of those conflicts that I'm just like, ah yes, this is genuinely one of the best examples of like the military doing what they're supposed to do, because people always say like, World War II, or well, not always, but people have come to the conclusion that like, World War II shouldn't have taught us anything because all the tactics that came about in World War II were unique or specific to it. Look at Vietnam and Korea, where we didn't get to use the same tactics again. And then it's like, no, the tactics worked just fine against traditional enemies like the Japanese or the Germans. They just didn't work well against literal guerrilla fighters, and the Iran-Iraq War is a great example of that, how in a traditional stand-up, straight-up fight, the traditional military doctrine and dogma actually does do its job. It has held up pretty well from the Second World War. We've just gotten way better technologically. And yeah, I would say the Republican Guard are probably your best option because most of the revolutionary regiments are absolute ass. Like the Atnan, Medina, Nabushat, Najal, and the Medina, Nabushat, Najal, Adnan, and there's one more Republican Guard division, and I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. It'll come to me, but yeah, I would say pick off of the Republican Guard rather than off of the Revolutionary regiments, because most of them are not that good overall. So if you want somebody that actually like portrays a certain level of strength, pick the Republican Guard. We got a lot of villages on the side of the road here. Yeah, two sides that aren't major powers. Yep. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about the Gulf War. There might be different regiments for the Iran-Iraq War. I haven't spent as much time on that one. I probably should, honestly. Yeah, I should go back and re-research that. I just don't usually spend as much time on those. Don't know why. It's not out of any dislike. Maybe it's just like I didn't feel like it. Huh. That is definitely a future me researching thing. Alright, got a hero. Heroes are worthwhile. For the moment. We'll see how useful they are in a bit, but for the moment, they're good. Hey! Extra farm. This is the advantage of agricultural. There's just farms everywhere. Farms are great. Hey! Is that a traveling wizard? Oh no, it's a random wizard. Oh crap, you got like nice magic swag. Alright, homie. Wizard battle. Wizard battle time. Yeah, he did not succeed. I am a better wizard than he is. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so it's just him and some crossbowmen. I am going to cast up some mastery spells. Lesser Mastery, Imp Summoning. Alright, we're gonna get some cheap archers at our base for defense. Heal ourselves up. And take the city. We will see. I think, yeah, because Crown of Silver Mastery, Sword of the Damned, this dude who has Fool's Laughter, and what does the wizard spell do? +1 magic resistance, path boost to white magic and wizardry. Unfortunately, we don't have white magic, but we do have wizardry, which actually helps a lot. What is this guy's spells? Fear, Cloud of Darkness, Summon Shades. Okay, yeah, so we're about even. Roughly. Yeah, and he just gets obliterated because we have more damaging magic than he does. Nice. Go, imps. Do your job. And a totem mask. Interesting. Can I recruit at the magic library? No, I cannot. I would like to. I kind of want to recruit at the magic library. Reminds me of the magic school bus. Frontiersman Regiment with 2 regiments, a traditional light infantry regiment, 100,000 dude, in the old 1900 khaki, and then more elite rangers. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it went in real life. There's always the more Whoa. What do you even do? Well, I hope you stick around, because that is some cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah, bushcraft focus, but like there's also the Rough Riders, where they have like multi-purpose kits. You know, they're talented at skirmish, but they're also good at, like, raiding and all of the different types of things. Yeah, that's a very solid way to build a regiment up, to have two sides of it. The Urdeshi are kind of like that. They have the armored regiments, and then they have the regiments that are not necessarily armored, but they are using a lot of different vehicles of different types. Yeah. Bushcraft is a bit odd. Oh no, please don't tell me it's going to turn into summer and I'm going to lose my entire army. Fuck. Okay, well, that's entirely my fault. That's on me. I moved incorrectly. Let's try that again. Try again. Yeah. I like old world khaki, but it's a very classy aesthetic, honestly. Okay, Blood Boil, Pain. Pain is nice. Blood Burst, Flame Burst, Spontaneous Combustion, Hellbind Heart. Nice. Large Spider. Large Spider is likely going to cause more of a problem. Hey, we overran that one. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the Fenrate Highlanders, like, as a concept, they do expand into a lot of different, oh, holy shit, I just converted a captain. Never done that before. But yeah, the Fenrate Highlanders, they're kind of aesthetic of, well, we go behind enemy lines and we raid and reave and kind of sabotage while carrying our homes on our backs. There's a giant ant nest somewhere near here, goddammit. I hate giant ant nests. But yeah, that's a really solid plan. And the thing is, like, it's a little bit odd for us outside of the lore to be like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Why would they have multiple different types of regiments? That's how the military works. Like, no military just produces one fucking type of infantry. Excuse my French. But no military just produces one type of infantry. Everyone has special forces of one kind or another. So why should 40k be any different? You know? Like, why would a planet not produce a single regiment of better or even worse soldiers? Ooh, 7 crystals. Shooting shard. I think I can get rid of them and take those crystals. Because I do like me crystals. For no particular reason. What are you? A Mazik. Oh, it's a demon. Wait. Whoops. Okay, we're good. It's just gonna damage a lot of people. Alrighty. Let me see what I can actually recruit now. Get some archers. Get 2 Maziks. Oh, there's some gems over here as well. More gems. Yes, please. Four giant locusts. How hard could this be, I wonder? Hey, we have a friendly giant locust now. I don't even know what spell it is that's causing them to convert. What did the pyramids do? If you believe the conspiracy theorists, they do all kinds of shit. Well, it doesn't have to... Well, one, different types of infantry is not combined arms. So, armor and other things, that's combined arms. But combined arms that's like, well, an infantry regiment and then an artillery regiment within the same planet, that's not disallowed by the Administratum. For example, the Tallarn do that. The Urdeshi obviously do that. You know, putting them together in the same regiment outside of that little company thing and the Trusted Boys is a no. But having 2 different types of infantry, 100%, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't allow that. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense, because then every single regiment needs to be exactly the same. I don't think that makes any sense. Also, these are Hobergs, and I do not like Hobergs. They are dwarves with less brain power. Need more spearmen. Always need spearmen. Also, the Armageddon Steel Legion, are they even really that trusted on the same level as Cadia. I mean, originally were they? Back in the day? Oh, phase spiders. That's a problem. Uh-oh. Damn it. Alrighty. Yeah, so, like, you can't put them in the same... You can't put armor and infantry in the same regiment, but I don't see any reason why an armored regiment and an infantry regiment can't come from the same planet. And, yeah, expensive, but infantry of different types are cheaper than, infantry and armor. For example, if you had an armored regiment, I don't see why you couldn't make another armored regiment with them that just used different tanks, and for the same thing, if you made infantry regiments, why can't you just make more elite infantry regiments? I mean, they're going to be smaller, sure, but that is also what makes them less expensive. Headman. He is man who is head. Yeah, I think you got me mixed up there, but yeah, it's I was talking about the specific world, like World A, or in the case of like your American regiment, like there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to produce a lighter infantry regiment and a more specialized infantry regiment. Why is large mushroom on this map? Oh. Okay, so I got spear boys, I got a tribal king, and I have my priest king. Cool. Alright, 15 dwarf workers. I want to get rid of those dwarves, because dwarves, once more, deserve nothing but death. I advocate nothing but the destruction of all dwarves in this game. Planet Detroit. I mean, it depends what version of Detroit you want to imagine for 40k. I mean, you'd also say Chicago, but Detroit would most definitely be a, like, Chaos Forge world. Fallen during the days of the Great Heresy, 100%. Detroit would be a fallen Forge world. Long lost to the Imperium of Man, now only referred to as the Dark Northern Forge. It has gone downhill since its heyday of making cars and tanks, to my knowledge. Alright. Tribal Warriors, I want to get Jaguar Warriors. What are you good at? I'm probably good at something. I will get you. Well, I probably should have waited. Darn it. Well, we can always hunt for slaves. That is a thing you can do in this game, for some reason. Alright. Ceremonial Lord of War. I'm pretty sure that gives me a bunch of Jaguars, so I'm gonna do that. Jaguars. Yeah, free Jaguars. And free people. Well, free in the way that I suppose they don't have an option but to serve. Oh, I could take woods? What do jungles give me? I was gonna say, anyone who plays RimWorld does not get to say that hunting people in Conquest of Elysium is a bad thing. Because I've seen what you do in RimWorld in order to get the most perfect people, and you are bad for that. The genocide and eugenics that I have seen come out of RimWorld are far worse than anything you can do in this game. Alright. I would like to take that oasis if oh, I already did. Hey, bandits. Banditos. I really need some iron. I gotta get them Sun Warriors. They're the only ones that are actually worth a damn. Yeah, it's not organ harvesting. It's just advanced recycling. That's 24 harpies. Why? Oh, that's why. Okay, so that's why there were dwarves there earlier. They're all just chilling out around her. What is it with me and finding the damn evil bitch's sanctum every time? Alright, which of these have bows and slings and spears, javelins and maces? Okay, so we just need to get, like, hella tribal warriors. That's the only option that we have. Ooh, 29 units here. I don't think I can besiege that. That looks difficult. Tribal king. Nah. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Alright. Yeah. We're just gonna get all the tribal warriors we can. We're gonna do as many... Yeah, slings are cool. I have always kind of been very skeptical of the sling. But it is very cool in general, yes. Sky Temple Attendant. I do not need that. Oh, the frickin' Romans are here. God darn it. Alright, what have we got? Yeah, I cast rock. Well, I think the more accurate and the slightly better version is I cast small, high-speed lead projectile. Honestly, I think I cast small, high-speed lead projectile is much better than I cast rock. Yeah, I'm just gonna get like 1,000 of these little cheap guys. And then once I get 90 for my ritual supplies, I am just gonna keep doing Lord of War ceremony. Yep, just gonna get hella jaguars, infinite jaguars. Infinite jaguars. The jaguars in the forest, they're free. You can take them. I have 5,000 jaguars. Alright, more tribal warriors. Yeah, we're just gonna get hella big army here. Yep. Yes, this is just slaves, jaguars, tribal warriors. Standard sun god army. This is what the conquistadors were up against, essentially. You know, minus a couple of angry, screaming people, this is essentially what Cortez and Pizarro were fighting 90% of the time. Wait. Oh, damn it. I keep accidentally hitting progress when I want to buy something. There we go. Alright. I would like to kill this Sea Dog if I could. Not Sea Dog VA. Not Sea Dog VA. Death. Death. Destruction. Prosaic doom. Alright, what have we got? Sun Warriors. I need metal to get them, damn it. Need to wait a turn. Yeah, the Spanish Conquistador Cavalry are great. I like that whole plan. Alright. More slaves, please. Yeah, because I'm gonna need a lot of them. Greater Lord of War. Can only be cast in land locations. I think I'm gonna wait, and I'm just gonna buff all the way up to Greater Lord of War. And then I'm going to just take it. And while I do that, I am going to get as many units and kill as many dwarves as I possibly can. Because this is all just in an effort to kill the dwarves. This is all an effort to execute as many dwarves as physically possible. Hey, Blood Temple Attendant and Tlaloc the Tribal King. Blood Temple Attendants are good. Regeneration and Leech, worth it. 100% worth waiting for. I am sticking around for a bit now, I guess. So I can keep a nice. Sun Temple Attendant. More wizards, please. I need more wizards. Sunlight and Blessing. Way worth it. Definitely worth it. 100% worth. Alright. Gonna wait one more turn, and then we're gonna grab more... gonna grab more Lord of War stuff. Just... boom, Jaguars. Boom, Flying Jaguar. Boom, Jaguar. Alright. Now, we go for the evil she-bitch of the dwarves. Only 50 units. I think I can actually take her with the army I currently have, even though it's absolute dog shit. Well, if we lose here, we lose again. So again, she's just got her guards, one arbalist, a couple warriors. I have all of this meat and 2 wizards. And the Sun King actually has some decent ability in terms of, like, AoE damage, so we should be okay. I don't have anything that can regenerate, but I do have some spellcasters who can cast regenerate. And that spell is literally going to do more work than my entire army, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. How so? How are we lucky bastards? Oh, the fact that we rolled well? How about the fact that I brought in night vision, because I'm not an idiot, and tanks are incredibly vulnerable at night. Or far more vulnerable than normal, I suppose. Wow, that does a ton of damage. Hella worth. Come on, slave, kill that. Oh my god, he actually managed to kill that warrior. Yeah, I think we still have this. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm willing to bet. Yeah, because that spell does so much work. Pour myself a drink. Well, I mean, they were dumb enough to try and ambush us at, like, what, midnight on the first day of arrival? That's, like, the most obvious time to ambush someone. I knew it was coming. I mean, in character I didn't know, but I knew. I was like, oh yeah, 100%. I should look out for some shit going on tonight, because now's the time. Now's when it's gonna be happening. Alright. As long as I still have my Wizard King. Yeah, the Priest King. Solar Rays. That's the one that's doing so much good work. What's the Queen got damage-wise? Oh, a sucking chest wound. Nice. Yeah. Also, I appreciate that they have snipers and missile launchers, because that is absolutely something that the Dominant would have around, 100%. Oh, and then there's a Queen Counselor as well, so they won't be able to escape this fight if we kill it. Yeah. The Galean Cavalry, I don't know. I think having them be like light cav, when we already have a cavalry regiment, would end up in a lot of like weird situations where it's horse versus horse. And I'm not sure that would be as good as having them be more organized, you know? Alright. I'm just waiting for some stuff to load in the background here. Okay, what are you? Jaguar warriors. Okay. Elites. I don't know how elite you are. Hey, I got the queen. The queen has fallen. Success. And I only lost, like, 2 things. Wow. So that gives me, like, yeah, plus, like, 20 plus gold per turn. That's incredibly good. Yeah. So now I literally just sit here in these 2 areas and I farm the absolute hell out of my infinite gold glitch. Why can I not do that? Okay. Maybe it just doesn't let me? Maybe. That would be weird. Alright, I'm gonna look and see what items I got. Seeing Stone, Farsight, and Spirit Sight. Nice. Ice, Spear, and Scroll of Heavenly Ascension. Teleports the entire army somewhere. No thank you. I don't want to do that. That sounds really hard. Rolodex? Yeah, that sounds great, honestly. Like, with some cool stuff in the pipe, that would be very cool. Ayy, and now I can get Feathered Warriors, but I'm gonna wait and get Sun Warriors instead, because they matter more. Well, whatever that is. A not Wally. I want it. What are your spells? Disease and Gust of Wind. That is a hilarious combination. It's just her entire magical abilities are just a gross fart. That's it. That's all of her magical abilities. All right. Bro, I would not test me right now. I got hella. I got hella Jaguars and I ain't afraid to use them. Alright, Temple Priest, ES. Yep, spell gas attack. Yeah. Yeah, if we failed the check, I'm pretty sure we would have lost anyway, but at least this way we don't get absolutely obliterated when something nasty comes at us like that. God damn it, that was a lot to do. Alright, well, it's fine. Alright, now that... Oh, god damn it, that was such a good fucking... I mean, so it's interesting, right? The whole Baneblade thing, because that's kind of how it happened in the Sabbat Worlds Crusade. When they were fighting against the Blood Pact on Hagia, when they were fighting against, like, Pater Sin and his boys, and he had, like, a company of armor with him, and, like, the head of that armored company was a full-on Baneblade, and I was like, where the fuck... Because it's not even supported by much. It's got, like, 2 artillery vehicles, a couple of stolen Lehman Russes, and, like, 30 or 40 Reavers total. And I'm like, that is not nearly enough support for a legit Baneblade. But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe he was limited because he's not an actual Magister and he can't have too many forces under his wing, but yeah, I don't intend for Sin to ever get the opportunity to mess up that good of a thing ever again, because he was in such a good position. And he just uses his armor like an absolute idiot. Once more, the Troll King doing 100% of the work. Local man stomps on flowers. I mean, maybe they did. Like, that would be, honestly, that would be a reasonable assessment. Except that it was like a legit Baneblade and not some, like, passion project. Yeah, that dude, he had like a leopard or something in his basement. Or maybe, no, there was a dude with a tiger or a T-34 as well. But there was also one dude who stole like a Gen 1 leopard. And he just like had it in his basement. No idea where he got it either. Probably stole it. Probably stole it. So there's a High Lord and a Knight. I think they're gonna get absolutely obliterated, yep. Yeah, it is. I mean, it is definitely cool. I would agree with that. But it is also a little bit odd. Like, why? Why? Alright, Brad, is there anything of value around here? I've yet to find a single thing. Smack, smack, smack. I guess this is kind of what Dark Ages is. It's just a lot of brigands and a lot of empty territory. Well, you gotta remember, think about it this way. We've had a very unified military for a long time. Imagine East and West Germany's military trying to sort out all of that stuff after reunification. He probably got it then and was just like, no one's ever gonna come looking for this. And lo and behold, he was right. Can we really fault him if nobody noticed? I don't think we can. I think it would be unfair of us to fault him. I am just gonna get ogres and more ogres. Yeah, the fracturing between East and West Germany seems to me to be the most likely reason why that stuff would have gone missing. Whether it, like, fell off a bus, or was actually legitimately something that the military had and didn't have anymore, who knows? And who cares? At this point, it's his property, and I think that they should have left it to him. Stop eminent domaining my tanks. And I am definitely not saying this because I happen to have any ex-military equipment whatsoever. That is not me in that picture. I have never taken anything from the military at any point whatsoever. I am a good boy who does not steal from military surplus. Everything that I owned fell off of the back of a truck. And possibly also into a lake. So it doesn't even exist anymore, so you can't prosecute. Alright, how many brigands does it take to take down the largest unit in this game? Here's the solution. North and South Korea will never reunify. Ever. The only way that North and South Korea would ever reunify is if one of them ceased to exist as an independent political entity and became entirely belonged to the other. So if North Korea ceased to exist and South Korea became the only Korea, that is the only way that they would reunify. So that's not something that we need to worry about. I genuinely do not believe that they will ever get back together again. Which is sad, because Korea was united for long time before you and I were born. And it was a beautiful country, for a while at least. And then a lot of things occurred, and the Japanese got a hold of it. Not blaming them, they're not the first ones, but they certainly are not blameless in the existence of Korea as it currently is. Yeah, the most probable outcome is either North or South Korea will just cease to exist. I severely doubt that it's gonna be South Korea, though. Like, there are some people who are just like, North Korea will outlast. I don't. North Korea's military is an embarrassment. It is not something they should be proud of. I mean, maybe proud in, like, a Freudian way, like, yes, look, we have something where before we had nothing. Yeah, like, that's what I mean. I was like, in kind of like a nihilistic way, it's like, yes, look what you can do with 0 brain cells and time. It's almost like looking at the Great Leap Forward for China. It's like, look what we did in order to achieve mediocre status as a producer of iron. Yay. It's not very good. It's actually pretty terrible quality iron, but we can produce it, where before we weren't able to. Yeah. I'm surprised that they actually still make, like, the T-55. Like, I mean, they have made some that are the equivalents of the T-62, which, you know, bully for them, that's cool and all. The fact that they can even do that is wild, but I'm surprised that they went with the T-55 instead of continuing to make T-34s. Oh yeah, no, it's a good thing for sure. It's definitely better to make T-55s than it is to make T-34s. But I'm just surprised that they chose to go with that. I am also a T-55 lover, but it is not my favorite tank for sure. But it might be it might be up there on my favorite Soviet tanks. It's definitely not number 1. Might be number 3 or 4. My favorite one is the T-64. I love the T-64 so much. It's a very cool tank. Definitely does a lot of things that other Soviet vehicles never really get to. And I think it is very, very cool. The T-62 is also very cool. I think the T-55 would probably be right after them. People also always forget the T-44. Like, I mean, with good reason. It wasn't great, and it wasn't really produced in huge numbers or for a long period of time. But people just kind of forget that it existed. Almost at all. And I'm like, that isn't good. We should probably take note of how different this tank was. Because it is. I know, being different is not necessarily good. Not always. But it isn't bad either. I mean, I could pick... I was just using, like, Cold War Soviet tanks as my era. I wouldn't break up the Cold War into any more parts than it already is, basically. I'll let Mom run this army so we can... Wow, this cultist is not doing well, is he? Wow, that was really freaking close. K2? The K2... I would not include the K2 as, like, a post-war tank. That's like a modern tank. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I thought you were saying that the K2 was a Cold War tank, and I'm like, what the fuck? Alright. World War II, Sherman, Cold War T-55... Post-Cold War K2. I'm not gonna disagree with you. But I have my own, for sure. I would also break down World War II into several more eras, probably 4. First would be the interwar period. Second would be the invasion of France. Then the third would be fights in North Africa and in the Balkans. And then finally would be up to the end of the war. And of those, I would probably say, for the invasion of France, my absolute favorite is... probably the Panzer IIc, or the Marder 1. If I'm including just tanks, it's the Panzer IIc. If I'm including tanks and self-propelled guns, it's the... technically, it'd be the Panzer IV. But the Panzer Panzer IId and the... or Panzer IIc and the... fuck. What was it? Panzer IIc and the Panzer IV. And then for the mid-war, I would say the... Italian, the M42 Italian tank, with a 47mm gun. Love that thing. For the invasion of Russia, a lot of good tanks. Not a lot that I actually like, though. I'm not a big fan of the BTs are fine, they just have no armor protection, and in that early war period, everyone has anti-tank rifles, and the Germans have some of the best anti-tank guns in the world, essentially. And they're more widely spread than they are in almost any other military. So, like, there's a lot of actual units that will have them. So, I don't like the BT as much because of that. But it is a good tank. Very quick. Well, if armor is for nerds and you have to go fast, why would you not just use an armored car? Why bother with a tank? It's not as if the BT is that far removed from an armored car, after all. They're almost the same. Alright, what does this do? Huh. That sounds really cool. Yeah, I am not a fan of the French making everything wheeled. I understand the appeal. It's just a wee bit silly, in my opinion. Alright, 50, I can get some Goblin Spearmen. Man, this army really just comes down to a monster army, doesn't it? Yep, they still do make shit that is wheeled for some reason. I have no idea why. It's not really the best plan. But I guess if it works, it works. And even if it doesn't work, I think the French will keep trying it, so who cares? I love how her ability is just summon infinite frogs. Frog. Giant wolves and rats. I think I can actually win this. Yeah, what's your abilities? Danse Macabre, Reanimation, Soul Vortex. Okay, so other than that, we're fine. Yeah, so one of them keeps him silent, the other one just beats the hell out of him. Yeah, the French copies no one. The French copy no one, and no one copies the French. Very true. Very true. Though that isn't entirely true in the case of small arms. Sometimes the French do get a design right every now and then. Or, more accurately, the Low Countries will get a design right, and then the French will immediately copy it, and then call it their own thing. That does happen on occasion. Though French tanks are kind of bad, that doesn't mean that they're all terrible. Some of them are okay. Most of them, though, are pretty bad. That makes a lot of sense. They were big fans of rifle grenades in World War I. Oh, rip. Admittedly, though, the Troll King kind of sucks as a faction, so it's not all that surprising. Yeah. So much for Primarch talk, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm really out of it. I was going to go over that. I'll do it at another thing. Yeah, the foul with the rifle grenade, I have seen that before. We're going to do some kobolds. Love kobolds. Love me kobold. One of my other favorite characters for D&D is like my classic kobold character. It's a kobold wizard, because nothing could... That is 40 fucking locusts. This battle has to happen. This battle has to happen. 40 kobolds versus 40 giant locusts. Who will win? Narrow cone. Kobolds are amazing, I agree. They're fun as hell, too. In this game, they're just kind of silly. Wow. Wow. Those crickets got fucking hands. Alright. Oh my god. Okay. Can I go anywhere where there's not a massive army? Good lord. Okay. So I'm just spawning into Dwarf Central then, am I? 14 units, 9 units, 15 units. Alright, so those are all Dwarf Warriors, so we literally don't have a chance against them. Yes. The IED thing I always found funny in D&D, because it's like, how do they do that? Alright, we're gonna grab... Ooh, Red Kobold Warriors. I wonder if that'll actually do something. Usually not, but who knows? Okay, so we've got our kobolds back, and hopefully, if we can take some of the mines from these dwarves, we do actually have a solid chance of doing something with our lives. However, these are dwarves, and they are historically very well known for both killing kobolds and killing dragons. Okay, okay, that's doable. Oh, a fire drake on the cheap. Oh, hell yeah. I need to move down there immediately. How do I... Kobold hatchery. Summon dragon. I can't get him because there's not enough units there. Damn you. Alright, please still be there next turn, please. Nope. Okay, well. We're gonna spend a couple of turns here anyway while I get back on my feet. Yeah, we're just gonna get some warriors and stuff like that. Yeah. See, the thing is, like, you have to treat fertilizer in order to make any type of explosives, so... It's not like it's just something that you can do. Ooh, foretelling. That's absolutely useless. Thanks, game. I dislike when it gives me literally useless powers. Flame Rune Trap. Also pretty useless, but I'll do it. Black... Is that worth it? 32... What's the murderer's ability? Oh! He's got shit-covered daggers. Deal. Alright. So we have one dragon only. I'm confident. I have a single dragon. Just the Troll King versus this army? Bet. Come on, Fire Boy. You gotta burn him. Yeah, he's vulnerable to fire. Burn him. Wow. Oh yeah, I have two different types of fire, so hopefully I can actually cause him to no longer have regen. Okay, so he has regen, but I think the fire will be able to kill him. Yeah! Burn him to death! Yeah, kobolds would be insanely overpowered, because everything that they can make would be incredibly intricate. And with, like, actually decently powerful tools. Yeah, exactly. That'd be so good. Phase spiders. I think the magic will work against them. Or just overwhelming numbers. That works too. There we go. I wonder, is this a greater mine? It's a Kobold Lair, so I guess that counts. I'm gonna wait until I get a big dragon. Well, apparently I don't get to do that. Let's get some warriors. Alright. Get rid of this little tribe village. Yeah, pike and shot era formation with necromancers. I've always been of the opinion that the undead that we have in D&D should have way more weapon options when we summon them. That may just be because I'm like a big necromancer fan, but I really do think that our summons, our undead that we make, should have more than just like cheap weapons. They should probably have access to some level of like customization or just equipability. Like, I want to be able to give my my zombies clubs, you know, so that it's not just like an undead lunge anymore. I want them to be able to do cool stuff, even if that cool stuff is just kind of club people to death instead of grab at them or bite them. And then, of course, skeletons, it says that you can arm them, but it doesn't say with what, and it just kind of gives you some basic abilities, and most people just say that that means you can't arm them with anything decent. In my opinion, you should be able to give them anything that has dexterity as a weapon modifier, basically. Because that's the whole point. They're dex creatures. Yeah. A pike wall with zombies would be absolutely awesome. Welcome, my Aussie friend. We're big chillin'. Nothing happening today of any import or value. I'm sorry, but if you want to hang out, that is what we are doing. It's been a long day. How many sea dogs did I just attack without looking because I'm an idiot? Well, we're gonna find out. I hope it wasn't 22. Okay, it's 6. That's fine. There we go. Now I actually have a dragon, and I actually have some more warriors to get. Bing! See, I just come back every couple of turns. Sounds good, my friend. If you had any questions, I know we have done a lot of streams without kind of doing any chill time or any talking about future projects, but future projects are coming, and I'm actually prepping for them in future. Technically, this was supposed to be a day of prep, but I am lazy and am also tired. Also, restless carcass. Gross. This is the... Oh, this is the Scourge Lord. I think we can kill him, which is good, because he's actually another faction. Okay, what are these? Scourge Heralds. Okay, he's got 3 heralds. Bro, how much heralding do you need to do? Wow, kobolds are cowards. Holy hell. Okay, so we still have the murderer. That's fine. Alright. Get some chiefs. Go back and take this mine. Oh my good god. Can you, like, not, please? Okay, then. Yeah. Since he's chattest of Chaos Worshippers, would meeting Lorgar turn Nadzabar away from Chaos? So, here's the thing. We don't really know, canonically, what Nadzabar's opinion of the Primarchs is. Like, obviously, we probably know that he knows that they exist. Does he have a real opinion of them, good or bad? I don't really know, and I wouldn't really venture a guess until I've talked with some more Chaos Space Marines. Because at the moment, I really haven't met any. I mean, like, for 5 seconds. But we're gonna get there. Lorgar himself, I mean, Lorgar means more to the immortal forces that follow him than he does to the mortal forces, in my opinion. There are people who I know will disagree with that, and that's okay. But I think that to the immortals, or to the word-bearers themselves, Lorgar means more as a person and as an entity than he does to the regular humans that serve with the Legion. So I think that since he's not really that geared towards human or mankind as a whole, he's more definitely the immortals ruling the world, or his sons really ruling the world. I don't think that it would turn Nadzabar off to chaos, this thing that he's followed for his entire life, and that he considers to be kind of core to who he is and who the rest of them are as a species. It would definitely make an impression on him. Obviously, nobody can meet a Primarch and just feel nothing. But I don't think that it would turn him off to chaos, no. Yeah. I'm not sure if he would consider Lorgar to be all that cringe, to be honest. He would probably just think that he's a bit self-righteous. And certainly a very self-possessed for a large human, but I don't know if he would really be all that surprised at that. He would just be like, yeah, you're about what I expected from, like, modern chaos. He doesn't respect that. I mean it more like this. When Nadzabar, and I talked about it with that young gentleman who Nadzabar burned the face off of, the modern interpretation of chaos, where it's all for personal power and self-aggrandizement, he views that with a very distinct level of, like, disgust and disdain. He views it as, like, that is so childish. Or so pathetic. It's not really like a hatred thing, it's just like a, okay, out of hand, that's dumb and short-sighted of you. You're treating this like it's a game, not like it's part of your immortal soul, you know? So he might look at Lorgar and just be surprised at how one who is so intelligent could be so silly. Yeah. Like I said, there's no reason to dislike the guy. He's genuinely one of the better Chaos Warlords who we even, like, know about. Also, I don't know if I can beat a Shadow Mage, but I'ma try. Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. Just gonna quickly grab some scouts. Actually, no, we're gonna grab some Bandar archers. Some big gorillas. This is a weird faction. The monkey faction. The Varna. Oh, the Necromancer got killed. That's kind of good. Like some Feral Worlders taking on the Thousand Suns at their height. I mean, at their height, they weren't even 1,000 suns, so that doesn't sound all that hard. I am joking, but genuinely, the 1,000 suns usually are very low on their numbers. Because they are accursed. Ungodly creatures of the night. And foul in the eyes of gods and men. Honestly, I find the Thousand Suns to be a lot creepier than the Death Guard, and people really think the Death Guard are weird, and I'm like, they're not all that strange. You just like have a head cold. Deleted by like 5 wizards? Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the Thousand Suns are strong, even back in the day when they were kind of suppressing their psychic potential, but when they got really down to it, they were basically a legion of wizards. Which, not bad. Not bad at all. Honestly, all told, not bad at all. Alright, we're gonna get some more warriors. Alright. And move out. Finally have enough men to actually move out. Fuck's sake. What's the point of having these monkeys if they're so expensive? Boar man. Alright, there we go. Alright, brigands and bandits we can take care of. Boars we can also take care of. Suggestions on a race for 3rd editions? I have no fucking clue. I have never played 3rd edition. But cool of you to do that. I forgot there was a shadow wizard here. That may have been my own fault. Here. Yeah, I don't really know 3rd edition whatsoever actually, so I'm not really able to comment upon that, but I wish you luck with that. In either case. Pale one. Ground dweller. 3.5? Oh, 0305? What does that mean? Oh. Oh, 3rd of next month. Ah. I see. Ah. So it is a 5e game next month. You spelled it wrong again. Brother, that shit ain't spelled right. Sorry, yes, next mount, I understand. For race, I mean, anything with a charisma bonus is good. One of the ones that I see a lot, which people seem to... Excuse me, what? Snakes. Crystal Forest, I am taking that. One of the ones that I see a lot is people playing, what are they? The fucking elemental people. Genasi. They play a lot of Genasi folks. Any prospects for an AdMech video? Are you jumping in just to ask for an AdMech video? If that's the case, then no AdMech for 5 moons. I'm kidding. Prospects for it. I mean, it's certainly possible. Anything is possible. I have plans for videos coming up, but they are various, and mostly they're going to be based on people's choices. I mean, we have several things lined up that we could be doing, but outside of the Primarch video that this may or may not be related to, I don't have any plans on it at the moment, if that's what you're asking. But it could be a plan in future. Welcome back from school. Well, we're glad to have you here anyway. It's... Okay, well, they just turned my entire... They just turned all of my own firepower against me. Fuck you guys. Alright. I'm gonna try it again. I wanna do the Pale One playthrough. I like them a lot. Yeah. The next thing I would probably do on the AdMech would be one of the fight videos. Or possibly in a follow-up to the Navy stuff. So. Well, it's not it's Friday, so it's Good Friday right now. And then Easter Sunday is coming up. But I still have some work to do, so once this is done, I'm gonna go upload a bunch of videos and edit them. Not to this, for school. And then I will have some more stuff to do. Honestly, I'm not even done after this. I'm just doing this so I can take a break. Because it's been a very long day. Yeah, time zones are definitely weird. What the fuck is this? Cave cow. Gross. What a foul creature. I am glad I can expunge it from existence. Alright. Stalagmites. I guess that's the equivalent of a mountain down here. I mean, well, when I say that I have no plans to do any video of X type, it's more like I didn't have any plans at the moment, but we're going to be doing a vote once this week-ish is over, after that video comes up, and then we're gonna transfer over. How do I add to an AdMech to improve their army? The main thing I would add to the AdMech to improve their army would probably be to increase the number and type of units that come with them on a regular basis. So I'd have the AdMech and the Guard deployed together more often, because they can help cover each other's backs. Because one of my main complaints is always about the AdMech is that they don't have nearly as enough individual models on the average battlefield to make much of a difference. And that's one of their biggest problems, is that you can kill them off piecemeal if you have some decent armor protection. And armor piercing as well. But yeah, that's my biggest issue, is that there just aren't nearly enough of them in most battles. Hey, y'all give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna be right back real quick. Promise. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. What did I miss? Well, not much in-game. What about out-of-game? I'm gonna wait and get Cavern Guards, because they are based. Talking about unit ideas? New tanks? Oh, they need better tanks. I mean, really the biggest thing that they would need is an overhaul to their vehicles, so that they could have some that are more like their old-fashioned ones. Really, I think that they deserve some stuff that relies more on traditional armor than it does on shielding. Could be a mix of those two things, but a variant of an armored vehicle that is both a little bit more efficient and, to be honest, a little bit cheaper would benefit the AdMech immensely, in my opinion. Create a rogue psyker / abhuman for 11th edition. Make sure it's not Chaos Imperium, maybe Xenos. Unknown faction of the galaxy. Can I create it? Are you asking me? Brother, that sounds like you have an idea in mind already, Horace. Rogue Psyker Abhuman faction for 11th edition for Warhammer 40k. So Chaos Imperium, maybe Xenos. Yeah, that sounds like you have an idea in mind already, which, you know, you do you, speak your truth, homie, but you'd have to give me more details if I was to homebrew anything of that nature. I don't know. It's reasonable. I mean, like, there's plenty of Xenos-related species. Technically, you could, like, point at the Grell and be like, hey, look, Xenos-related species. Lore blurb for the AdMech having their own guard regiments for less augmented than Skitarii. Yeah, like Hypastus, or like having a lot more armed servitors around. I mean, I don't know about having Marines deal with humans on that close of a service level. I mean, at theater level, sure, you should have serfs and shit with you, but yeah, chapter serfs are all well and good, but you guys gotta remember the speed at which Marines operate, and the fact that they can go way, way, way far away from the front line in a way that normal humans can't really operate. You know, normal humans, we need places to rest, places to sleep, food, water, regular access to all different types of things that Space Marines don't. And for that reason, I think that, like, chapter serfs, while they're cool and all, and they definitely bulk out certain groups, especially, like, planetary invasions, I don't think that they should make up a large portion of, like, the traditional force. Maybe as, like, defenders. I could see that a lot. Having, like, the armsmen on Space Marine ships be replaced by those folks. By serfs. I could see that. That would make sense. Alright, homie. Use a bitch. Yeah. Well, the shaft that follows it through is usually supposed to be the Imperial Guard. And they're just about as good as any chapter serfs are gonna be. I mean, most of the time. The Imperial Guard are usually going to be better than chapter serfs, in my opinion, but that's just me. I have my opinions. No one needs to listen to them. Thank God. Damn it, I did not mean to do that. Shoot. Yeah, again, it's my opinion that those would be crewed by Marines, but I can understand why the lore says that isn't the case. That's not necessarily true. A Marine in a tank is not necessarily a race to the Marine. It's one of the reasons why I say that a lot of Marine vehicles aren't that well armored, because their crews would be in power armor, and that would make up for the fact that they don't have all that great personal protection, in my opinion. So, like, a lot of the lighter vehicles and some of, like, the Rhino derivatives, those would be kind of terrible in terms of, like, their actual physical ability, but in terms of, like, being vehicles that have armored people in them, not nearly as bad. How chromed up does the AdMech need to be to make an equivalent of Space Marine? Quite chromed up. Yeah, the Rhino is a shit APC, which is why I say that's another one of the things where I'm like, that's why the Marines wear armor within it. There's no reason for them to not. And another reason for them to be in the vehicles instead of giving them to somebody else, which I'm just not of the opinion that that makes a lot of sense in general. Because why would they? Why go through all that effort? Space M113, yes. Yeah, there is no doctrine, well, Again, large amounts of guardsman-level infantry is a very wide statement, dude. That is a lot of different things that could be. Yeah. The Rhino could be much better, and Pred is kind of a... Yeah. Again, it's like the idea of why does a Chimera outgun a Predator? Or, sorry, not a Predator. Why does a Chimera outgun a Rhino? And I mean, I guess, you know, they're both armored... One's an armored personnel carrier, and one's an infantry fighting vehicle, I guess, is the best reasoning. Which is good reasoning. It's just unfortunate that that's the case. I'm not a big fan of just purely elite troop builds in 40k, because there's so many things that don't care about how elite you are. They just kill you regardless, like artillery. Artillery doesn't care how well you're trained or how you are going to die, just the same as everybody else will. So, that's why I don't usually hold with pure elite builds in 40k. There's so many field level assets that make it very dangerous, if not pointless, to go after that build. God damn it, did I just do it again? Oh my... I'm actually brain dead. Have I mentioned that? I am brain dead. My brain death. Oh, is there lag? Oh, there is lag. Shit. Well, hopefully that fixes itself. It should. Looks like it fixed itself. That's good. It may also be related to the fact that I have a massive, massive fucking, like, login thing going on, or like an upload thing going on in the background here. Not on the same computer, but on the same network. News for personal sisters units. I don't trust the 40k, I don't trust Games Workshop to make aircraft anymore after they made the stupid hover jet or anything of that nature. I think the sisters, like, Air Force should probably just be using Navy Lightnings. I am actually burning incense right now, so I am lighting the holy incense. Alright, what can I bring here? Cabin guards, good deal. Yeah. For the sisters, I mean, I would say something that acts very close to a light support aircraft. Something that's rather cheap. And pretty much is going to be like a locally homegrown solution to the problems that they have. That would be my recommendation. Alright. Hopefully this is decent enough army. Yeah. It's just servitors and text thralls all suck ass compared to guardsmen. Human beings are much better than mindless robots and half-bred cyborgs. Give it another 20 minutes. That should work out just fine. Ooh, an Undine. Ancient Pale One. Love how it takes 25 metal to make an old man. I would like that ant taken care of, please. I would like to never see the ant again. Process of designing some Saab's aircraft. Nice. Yeah, near future aircraft are so cool because when we see stuff like the Osprey and such, it becomes so cool to see what like the very nearby future is going to be. The Pelican is probably honestly just gonna be here in a couple of years. The Osprey is so close. We're so close to getting tilt-wing jet aircraft. We're so close. Yeah, was there not a version of Halo Wars where you could play the Flood at all? I thought there was one. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I seem to remember there being a version where you could play as the Flood, or the Infected or something. I was always a big fan of playing as the Infected, like, Zerg when we played, what the hell was that? It was originally supposed to be Warhammer StarCraft. Yeah, that was fun. Orion's Arm or SCP, more like a hard sci-fi version of 40k? I have not heard of it, but I would definitely like to take a look at that. That sounds cool. Alright, cool. We got you. You, Venom Sword, is going to the Pale Boy, because the Pale Boy needs literally one of the best buffs, because he does more damage than everyone else. It might be a mod. There have been a lot of mods for that. And yeah, it's StarCraft 2. That was the one I was remembering, because I played that game a lot. Probably more than was healthy, to be honest. In, like, the first year of college. And then I found out that I really liked 40k, and I kind of dumped it real quick. Oh, Seal Guard. Yes, that was what I was waiting for. Seal Guard. Oh, damn it. How do I not have enough iron? Shit. Alright, well, hopefully I get another Seal Guard. The Seal Guards are really, really good. I forget. Hey, I can get him. Yes, Seal Guard, baby! I still don't have enough. Fuck. I need more iron. I need to conquer more mines. Yeah, the Zerg did not get a lot of love. But, you know, if you had the right gear, you have the right builds, the Zerg were really, really good. I played with Zhukov a lot, and Zhukov's builds with all of his specially modified Zerg were absolutely peak. Peak as hell, honestly. Alright. I have 90, so I can grab... I'm going to wait one more turn till I have 25. Yeah, in co-op they were good. Yeah. I would say the one complaint I had about that game was just, like, how hard it was to micro on smaller computers. Because in college I had, like, just a laptop, and I was trying to play, and I was like, this is really rough. Alright, got a Scout, Pale one, Ancient Pale one. Do I have a Seal Guard anywhere? I need a Seal Guard. Seal Guards are based. Earth Reader, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I will take that. Because he gets Strength and Tremor, and the other one has Stone Shards and Tremor. So now I can dual cast Tremor, which is good. Very good, in fact. Alright. We'll build up our gold a little bit. Gotta make some good progress. We can always grab stuff that needs more metal later. But I want to wait until I can get Seal Guards and things like that, because Seal Guards are hella important. There's the Seal Guard. Yep, knew it was going to happen. Always grab the Seal Guard. Yeah, he's got an Obsidian Glaive, which is so strong. Very nice. Does he also have bonuses against magic in comparison to the Pale Boy? Seal Guard. Yeah, so his magic resistance is on par with the Ancient Pale one. Yeah, I'm sure that Blizzard is selling off a lot of stuff, and I really hope that it gets picked up by some people who care more than Blizzard does about the people who play their games. Because literally anyone would be better than Blizzard at this point. Like, nobody wants to deal with Blizzard's bullshit anymore, sadly. I mean, not sadly. They did it to themselves, but I think that it will be an improvement when the game is in somebody else's hands. Maybe not an inherent improvement, but at least an improvement. Alright, let's see how this goes. I think I win this. I win this. Okay, so a commanding centaur and just some satyrs. Get crushed. This is a solid fight. A solid fighting force. Oh, wait, yeah, they're setting up. They're setting up in the woods. We gotta kill them. Yeah, we just kind of roll over all these little factions now that we get big. Now that we are large. Some Pale One soldiers. Just to guard the defensive area. What's this called again? I know you said it before. What's the name of it again? Here, I'll scroll back. Orion's Arm. I will look that up when I am done with the stream, and I'll take a look at it. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I appreciate that, homie. Haven't seen you on stream before, but good to see you. Yeah. Whore out old games for cash. Wow. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'd hate to see, like, a mobile game version of all these different things, but I'll be honest, the only thing I've played that was Blizzard in the last, like, however many years was I played Heroes of the Storm for a bit, and that was it. That was the last time that I played a Blizzard game. 10,000 years in the future? Gotcha. Ah. What are these things? Centaurs. Ah, so there's your actual army. Not all that impressive, is it? Oh yeah, Command and Conquer. That did not go well, did it? But hey, things can improve. We can always get better, and we can always get lucky with games. You never know. I mean, Larian did great with Baldur's Gate 3, and that franchise, in my opinion, went just up and up and up and did very well. They murdered... did... Aww. That's so sad. Though, kind of true, but yes, sad. Alright, I'm gonna try something that I never succeed at, which is killing the Earth Elemental. Die, you watery bitch. That should be fine. Took him down. Peg. Okay then. Let's go with some cavern guards. Cavern guards and soldiers. The funny thing about these units is that I basically have like no range units whatsoever other than ancient hurlers. Man, it must be really lagging bad if I'm that slow on your guys' side, but maybe it's like a minute or so, that's fine. Alright, moose. Take care of this moose. That's enough of that. I'm not a big fan of fighting mooses. Moose-eye. I'm just gonna keep saying meese. RTS? Yeah. That would be nice. RTS games are kind of hard to make, though. I don't know if I trust many people to do them correctly or do them justice. Pale One soldiers. Just gonna get more and more soldiers in case we need to fall back. Yeah, Minotaur Lord. I think I can kill a Minotaur Lord. Oh, it's a Centauride. A female centaur. Ready? I need to get a leader so I can bring those reinforcements over the woods with me. And just like that. I have to wait for a second. Yeah. See, isn't it easier to fight like a... What the fuck is that? Ethereal. Okay. So that's literally the most terrifying battle line ever. I don't think I can fight that. I think I literally just lose against that. Isn't it easier to fight ostriches than it is emus? Because emus have a big-ass, like, claw on their foot or whatever. It's like a velociraptor claw. They're the ones that, like, pack up so many people every year, right? They kill more people, on average than, like, gators. And in Australia, too, which... Y'all get killed by alligators pretty often. Die. Die. I wonder if I could kill those guys, because I have a decent amount of magic, but I don't have any, like, direct damage casters or anything. We'll have to see, because it looks like they're moving. Cassowaries. Yeah, the black ones. Emus are like big, fat bastards with brown fur, right? Or brown feathers? Feathers? Yeah, feathers. Yeah. You guys... For you guys, your crocs, you call them salties, right? That's what the nomenclature local is for them. Which, you know, makes sense, because they are saltwater crocodiles. Yeah, we do have crocodiles in the United States. Not a lot of them, but we have some. Most of them are in the deep, dark land of South Florida. So, rarely seen by mankind. What the hell are these? White centaurs. They're the ones that you guys, like, tried to eradicate in the, like, 40s or 50s. You tried to use, like, Bren machine guns to kill them. And they would not die because they're tough as hell, and also they run really fast, and they ran away from all the people trying to hunt them. Which is, it's wild that Australia essentially went through an accelerated version of what the US did with all of our different pest animals. They ate it. Yeah, the crocodiles on... Yeah, I remember that fight. Or, well, I remember reading about that conflict. It was like several hundred Japanese just, like, went missing overnight. Because they fled into this swamp, and the swamp was full of crocodiles. Which, you know, at night, if you have a flashlight, it's pretty obvious to know where a crocodile is, but if you don't have a flashlight and you just happen to be a unfortunate Japanese infantryman, oh, that's really bad. Then it becomes a lot harder to tell where your enemies are. West Florida resident. Yeah. There are a lot of gators in Texas. That is very true. But I'm not sure how many of those are native gators and how many of those are bold foreign import gators. I have to imagine it's a large portion of both. I'm waiting for multiple hour-and-a-half long videos to load right now off of my terrible internet while I'm streaming. That's why we're only staying here for another 13 or so minutes, because I have to go and get all that in to my professors, who I have no doubt are anxiously awaiting my submission. Alright. We're gonna get these guys down there, we're gonna take one more city, and then we're essentially gonna ram our heads directly into that, ethereal battle line. I know, like the Tau, right? Kind of. Kind of like the Tau, in that they're gonna be a big problem and they're annoying. Alright. Caveson, let's go. Ah, big chillin'. It's nice to have just a moment. It's been a very long day. Those are annoying. Okay. Let's pack them up. Found a monster. Oh, yeah, no, they live for a long-ass time. There's also Gustav, who's in South Africa, in, like, the Ruzizi River or whatever, and he, like, eats people, and also he got shot by an AK and stabbed by a spear. And he's, like, one of the largest crocodiles on Earth. And he's eaten, like, I don't know, somewhere between 60 and 100 people. The locals think he's a god, etc. Gustav is a wild story, though. I'm not sure how much of his story is true, but I'm sure it's some amount. Also, it's funny, because, like, you'd think that he would get lead poisoning from having a bullet in his skull. But crocodiles are really old, and they have a lot of inherent kind of natural resistances to disease and age that we don't really have as more cavern guards. Also, for some reason, it's always the big ones that feel like they have an inherent need to eat people, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, they would be a lot more friendly. I am a big reptile fan, so it saddens me that so many crocodiles are just inherently fans of devouring us alive. It would be really cool if they weren't, because I like them a lot. And most reptiles, but what the fuck? Panic Apostle. No. That is not real. I guess that is real. 85 units versus 39. I think that calls for a tactical withdrawal. And we get some more units. The bloodline of Sobek. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely the children of Sobek in one way or another. Well, there's a lot of reasons why we need anti-tank rifles in the modern day. I think one of the great ones is the fact that the technology to create anti-tank rifles is becoming easier and easier to come by, and the enemy APCs that we're expected to fight against are becoming more and more common. So, for example, you know the Chinese, they just released their new stupid whatever Z prototype thing. And it's like, ah yes, it has a lot of ERA, but has anyone actually checked its physical armor yet? Yeah. Oh yeah, so one of the things that is coming up 100% is I'm going to do a Chaos series. Starting out with, you know, what is Chaos, what each of... Aren't they just alligators? Isn't that just an alligator? But yeah, I'm going to be doing a series on Chaos in general. So from now on, it's probably going to be a thing where I straddle in 4 different series like the last time. It's going to be like 40k lore, weapon lore in general, like analysis, battle lore where we compare stuff of that nature, and then other stuff that's going to come in, like I'm sure there will be more interest in real-life armor and weapon videos and stuff like that. So I'm going to break that down, make more playlists and things like that. So don't worry, that Chaos stuff is coming. It will be its own series where we go over basically every single type of Chaos thing imaginable. And I'm not going to go through this whole game, but yeah. Aren't freshwater crocs just alligators? Also, yeah, I did come up recently with some more theories on the warp, or at least, like, how I think the warp may operate. Kind of an internal thing, not necessarily something that I'm gonna stake my name on or anything, but it is at least a theory that I like because it accounts for a lot of the odd things that happen in the warp. Well, yeah, I know they're different, but I didn't know that freshwater crocodiles were as big of a thing. I thought that was just like alligators. Are they different? I mean, I guess that makes sense. I just never really thought about it. I don't think I've ever seen any, like, pictures of freshwater crocs. Interesting. Good to know. Okay. Well, kind of expected that to happen. That was a really hard start, though. Alright. I appreciate you all coming to hang out with me. It's been an absolute pleasure for the last couple of hours. I am dead tired, and I need to go for my daily walk, and I really appreciate all of you guys coming out and hanging, but I have got to let you go. Thank you all so much for coming. I wish you a lovely good night.